I've requested
Okay,
you
Mike,
to out
please.
to New Brighton.
Good to see you again, mate.
Very good to be here. Thank you very much, Your Worship and councillors, for the opportunity of the Civic Trust of Akaroa to support the submission that we've sent in the last few days. I must say it's quite unusual for us to be sitting here with some words of praise for the council, because normally we're here having a gripe about something. So you'll be pleased to know I've got 5 topics here, and 2 of them are words of praise for the council. The first one concerns the Akaroa Service Centre, the library and the museum. And in recent past, we were warned that the cuts might involve moving the library, closing the service centre, and not supporting the museum in the usual way. So it was with some relief that we see in the plan that you're going to do none of these things and you're going to keep the funding as it currently is. So we absolutely support that and are grateful that the council has seen the worth of the 3 amenities that we think are really important to Akaroa. I've actually sent you, Phil, a letter suggesting that the service centre could be expanded to become more like an information centre and a commercial eyesight. I know we have an eyesight, but it could do with a bit of competition. So they could actually sell tickets to events where they're not earning commission, because the eyesight won't do that. So there are opportunities for the service centre to be more of a money earner. The second topic is to support the council's decision to continue funding the Takapuneki capital program, and that's really a no-brainer because the Civic Trust has been involved in exposing the horrors that were going to happen at Takapuneki 30 years ago when it was mooted to be a real estate development. And we supported very much the acquisition of the Red House at the very last minute. So we think the bones are there for an incredible national amenity. And I have a question for you, which somebody may be able to answer today. I know you've been working hard to get the Takapuneki site recognised as a national reserve of national importance. And if that happens, does that mean that control of it passes from your co-governance group to central government? Because there would be a question as to whether that would be a good thing or not. So I don't know whether somebody...
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll check and we can certainly let you know.
Well, that would be like Waitangi then. And I think we might be able to do better with the co-governance group.
Yep. Because it works very well over there.
Yeah. Now, Sarah Templeton mentioned to me some time ago that she was very happy to come to Akaroa and talk about climate change. And we haven't taken her up on the offer yet. But being a coastal community with a very low-lying road, as you all know, we feel very vulnerable to sea level rise, and we're having to mitigate that with redesigning jetties and things like that. So maybe it's time to look at alternative routes on higher ground as an emergency route out of Akaroa. There are paper roads that could be turned to that, but I don't believe anyone's ever turned their mind to that. The fourth topic, and I'm sure you've had loads of submissions about this, concerns the wastewater scheme, because being a $92 million project, we know that you're not taking it lightly. But I know there is a new report out which is questioning the wisdom of some of your thinking. And what the Civic Trust would like to say is we request that part of the budget for the wastewater project is redirected to a comprehensive repair or replacement of the sewer network, and that Council's resource consent application is put on hold until this has been achieved to the fullest extent possible. I mean, personally, I would like to see a situation where in an emergency, treated pure wastewater could be let into the ocean. I know that's culturally offensive to some people, but not to others, and it might be a pragmatic way of resolving what's otherwise going to be a flood situation. And my last comment is there is a proposal on short-term visitor accommodation to apply a GST element, and we're requesting that heritage properties be exempted from this. Heritage properties have a hard enough time as it is dealing with the costs associated with maintaining their buildings. I've got an example of a friend of mine in Akaroa trying to repair a heritage cottage, and before he's put even a stake in the ground, he's had fees of over 160,000 from consultants, geotech, archaeological surveys. Heritage New Zealand assure me it's none of theirs, but the council resource consents. In previous days, Banks Peninsula District Council would waive resource consent fees applicable to heritage properties. I wonder if this council would consider that, knowing that you're up against it financially and you're not looking to waive fees, you're probably trying to collect more. Anyway, nice to have a chat, and
Yep, thank you for coming in.
thank you.
Okay.
What was that?
Kia ora, Mike. Just a really quick question. What's the Civic Trust's position on New Cottage right now?
Oh, well, we're very pleased that you've taken it off the long-term plan, because I think it was up to 600,000 or more, and we thought, given the other needs in the community, tennis courts, bowling greens, things like that, the much better way that money could be spent. And if you want my personal opinion, I think the council should sell it or find a use for it, because it's been sitting there dormant for decades, costing money. There was a patch-up job done. We did support restoring it in the early days, but seeing the cost balloon out now, it'll be over $1 million, no doubt, by the time. And is it worth it? And it can't be done where it is. It needs to be moved. And do you move it to somewhere like the BP meat site and hide it, or do you sell it and let someone else worry about that?
Okay, thank you. That's really good.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Peter, please. Good to see you.